We'll go to Ben's jailhouse interview. Here we go.
I just want to start out. Obviously, there's two sides to every story, so that's the reason that we're here. I just want to ask, chain of events when you went to the store, and then I guess take me through from there.
Well, I left from the ambulatory clinic on Grammy Street. It's across from the zoo. Go to Rite Aid to get my medicine. At the time, at the ambulatory clinic before I left, I was talking to my mom and told my mama I was going to call her when I got to the Rite Aid. As soon as I got to the Rite Aid, I called my mom right at the door. So I'm at the Rite Aid, Mom, I'm going in to get my medicine. I get to the counter where the doctor's at. It's getting tiring now. I told her so many times. I get to the counter where the doctor's at, and I said, "Hey, doc." She said, "Oh, hey, Mr. Ben, your prescription's in." So I go to the other side of the counter because this side you put the prescription in, this side you get it. So I go to the other side. When I go to the other, is a lady. I can't remember if it was a lady or a man at the counter, but I think it's a lady. But she was the only one there. So I stepped to the cone where it said for the next person to help you. Stand there. I stepped to the cone, on the phone still talking to my mama. So I kind of turned around because the lady was there, so I wouldn't be hollering on the phone, talking to my mom. So as I'm talking to my mom, I happen to turn back around, to see the lady going, or, she finished. There's a gentleman right there in front of me. So I asked the gentleman, I said, "Excuse me, sir, I'm in line to get my medicine, blood pressure medicine." He said, "I'm in line too, bro, to get my blood medicine." So my mom was like, "Who is that?" You know what I'm saying? I'm on the phone. I said, "It's some man, I don't know." So I threw my hand up because he was saying stuff. And I was, just trying to blow him off. So when I did that, he did the same thing and threw his hand up and said, "I got a hand too, bro." So I kind of moved over to the counter side. It's a water machine, it's a table there, there's a blood pressure machine. And I was really going to sit down, put my keys on the table. That's all I really remember. When I dropped those keys and talking to my mama, here it comes. Somebody just pepper spraying me while I'm on the phone talking to my mama. So I'm like, "Mom, this man is pepper spraying me." And I'm walking away because he's behind me pepper spraying me in my eyes. "Mom, this man is pepper spraying me. I'm at the drugstore. Would you call the police and come to the drugstore? I'm crying with Mama." And I just hung the phone up. I couldn't see. I was scared to death. The man, I don't know if he left, but it got quiet. It got quiet, sir. So I was just sitting there trying to see. Then I heard the man holler out, "Come on, bro, I got some more for you, bro." And I'm like, why this man in Rite Aid hollering, "Come on, bro, I got some more for you. Where you at?" So, long story short, I'm sitting there worried to death. I slipped my gun out because I'm a concealed carrier. Not to shoot nobody, just to keep myself protected because this man is hollering in the store, "Where you at, bro? I got more for you." So I'm sitting there. I'm already on the aisle. Excuse me, sir. I'm already on the aisle where the drinks and stuff at. I'm really like at the end of the aisle. So I proceed around, where my keys at slowly. Can't really see. Don't want to run into him, but he's over there. When I turn and get around the corner, he's there. So when I see him, I'm looking, I see something in his hand. It don't look like that pepper spray. So I said, "Sir, put that gun down, sir." You know what I'm saying? That's when I point my gun at him. "Put that gun down, sir." The gentleman that we're talking about spun around and proceeded to fire at me. When he proceeded to fire at me, I fired back.
And then that was basically
that was it.
Everything else.
Everything.
Now, do you think that the hand thing was the point that somehow set him off? Is that where you think that that he thought you were doing something, or what was?
Well,
what was the? I'm trying to picture here. Like, what was the?
Can I stand up and I could actually show him what I did? Well, I could turn you to the side. What I did was like, like somebody's talking to you and you're trying not to pay them no mind, so you kind of just like throw your hand up like sir, I'm not trying to get into nothing with you. You know what I'm saying? Get him the benefit of the doubt. But he did the same thing I did, but he had a racial slur behind it. Like, I got a hand too, bro. Like, what's that all about? But I didn't say nothing. I didn't comment. My mama heard him. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking to my mama on the phone while this is going on. She's like, who is that? What's going on? I said, nothing. My mother said, man, getting his prescription. I'm trying to blow it off. You know, he's getting his prescription. So I'm moving out his way. When I move out his way, he gives it to me because I'm heading over there, you know, with a little table, the water machine, blood pressure machine, just to sit. I was going to sit down. To be truthful, I was going to get out of his way because they're going to call me anyway to get my medicine. But he didn't give me a chance to sit around. He started taking advantage of me.
And was there a point where maybe that you could have, there was a stopping point, maybe this whole thing could have just stopped, or?
That's what I don't know, because I was scared to death and he sprayed me and then he vanished. You know, I couldn't really see him anyway. I didn't know where he was at. So I'm sitting somewhere like going crazy with my eyes. But I know him by the drains because I know that's the closest aisle to the side of where the blood pressure machine, the table, and the water machine is. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it was a point for it. I don't know if he was staring right at me or he was standing right behind me. I do not know because I could not see nothing. This man sprayed me deliberately 5 times in my eye. Not that he turned to walk in front of me and sprayed it. I could have blinked, you know. I didn't have no blink motion. I got it directly in the pupils. But I thought he was going to stop. He kept coming behind me just playing.
So then he walked away to another aisle.
I don't know where he went. I don't know. He could have been standing right there. So I don't know where he went. I think he walked away. He could have ran to his car and got that gun. I don't know if he had that gun on him.
But at that point, it was still kind of blurry.
I couldn't see nothing. And it was quiet. But when I got to the end of that thing, because I'm feeling the rap, I hear somebody hollering, where you at, bro? I don't know where he came from.
Egging you on for more?
Yeah, where you at, bro? I got more for you. You can ask the doctors in the store. I know they heard him hollering in the store. Where you at, bro? I got more for you.
And when you walked around the other aisle, were you, and your vision was a little blurry, were you worried at all when you had your gun out at that point? That
I was scared to death.
There could be like other people in the store though.
If they was, I couldn't see them. I just had a blurry, it just was blurry, sir. I thought the doctors and stuff was still in there, but evidently they wasn't. You know what I'm saying? They must have already, they was watching him or watching what he was doing. They must have left him the counter. I don't know. I didn't see nobody. When I came around and saw him, I knew what he had on, and I'm catching blurry spots. I looked at his hands. You know what I mean? I didn't look at his face. I looked at his hands to see what he had in his hands, you know, because I know this man just was spraying me. So I'm trying to see what he got in his hands now. And why is he still calling me on for more? Do he know me? You know what I'm saying? Why is this man taking offense on me? Why is he coming after me like this? For nothing. I said nothing to this man. I said nothing smart to the man. Only thing I said was just put my hand up and said, Mom, talk to my mama on the phone. I didn't say nothing to him. Mama, this man is saying stuff to me. I don't know why, because I don't know him. And I just put my hand up and trying to get away from him. I didn't say nothing belligerent. I didn't try to start nothing with that gentleman or nothing. And I was being very polite at the same time. I didn't understand why he was on me like that. I did not understand it. I didn't say nothing to that dude. Did never seen him in my life.
I'm assuming that this whole thing didn't really go down the way that you expected it to go. I mean, did you?
No, I didn't expect that to happen. No, that killed me, man, when that happened, man. I'm pressed about hurting somebody, man. I don't hurt nobody, man. I got nothing in my life to want to hurt nobody, man. I ain't never wanted to hurt anybody, man. I'm not that type of person, sir. I live for everybody. I treat everybody the way I want to be treated, sir. And if you don't believe me, check my credentials. That's why I don't have no trouble. I don't do nothing wrong, sir. I'm living for God. God is my savior, and I'm living for him, sir. That's what I do. I got God in my life. That's why I'm not even worried about this. I'm sitting back there praying because I know God going to come through for me because I did nothing wrong. I was scared for my life. That's the only thing I was scared for my life because I would never act like that if I wasn't scared for my life. That's the only reason why I acted like that, sir.
Is that sort of the reason why you brought the gun to the raid in the first place? Because you're not scared?
No. I've been having my gun for 10 years. I always carry my gun everywhere with me. Not for trouble. Just have it, just to have it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I have it and don't even remember I have it. You know what I'm saying? You got something on you and you had on you so much you don't even remember. Like You know what I'm saying? Like you got a necklace on and you forgot you got the necklace on. That's how I am. Because I forgot I had a gun on me. The man was spraying me to death. If I wanted to do something to the man, you know what I'm saying? When he did that to me, calm it down. I know my mind was like, oh, you know, I got something to protect myself, but I don't think like that. I think if that was the case, I would have just turned around and done something to him. Think about it. He's spraying me for nothing. That ought to make everybody have sense right there. The man spraying me for nothing, and I didn't do nothing to him then. I was hiding and scared to death for my life. That's why I reacted the way like that when I heard him go. That's why I pulled my gun out, because he's looking for me. He's saying, where you at, bro? I got more for you. What don't that mean? Somebody looking for you, they saying where you at, and they hollering out in the store? So I just defended myself. When I seen him, I wasn't expecting to see no gun in his hand, but I know he was looking for me, and he had that pepper spray. And when he put it out that time, I was gonna say, put it down, I'm gonna call the police, or somebody call the police. That's what my intention, to make him put the pepper spray down, but it was a gun. This said, so did he pull the gun out after he sprayed me? I don't know. I didn't see what he was doing.
That sounds like a pretty scary situation.
Yeah. I was scared to death, and now I'm in jail for murder.
Well, I appreciate you taking time to talk with us, and
God bless you, man.
Story out here.
God bless you, man.
Anything you want to say before we wrap up?
No, God's been good. Man, I don't have nothing to say. I just want to tell everybody, hey, because everybody that know me is like saying, wow, that's the goodest guy in the world. I don't bother nobody, and give my heart out to everybody. I don't care what color you are.
All right. Thank you very much.
Okay, so there's Ben. Now, of course, he's a criminal suspect. You can't just take everything they say at their word. Having spoken to my share of criminal defendants, many of them are very good at telling a story that just plucks at your heartstrings, and it can be nonsense. But what we can say is there was really nothing in that 12 minutes of testimony. By the way, please don't ever do this. This was obviously a police officer, a detective talking to him without a lawyer present. Don't be talking to detectives at the police station without a lawyer present. Probably not even with your lawyer present. You let your lawyer do the talking. But he did. He had this lengthy 12-minute discussion. He didn't say anything inconsistent with self-defense, right? Let's look at the elements: innocence, imminence, proportionality, avoidance, and reasonableness. Innocence, he was not the initial aggressor. Certainly, we don't see that on the video either, but he's not saying anything that would suggest he was the initial aggressor. It was Colorado, the person who was killed, who was the initial physical aggressor in the confrontation. Imminence has to do with the requirement that the threat you're defending yourself against is either taking place or immediately about to occur. Well, both of those are true here, right? The pepper spray attack took place. It was taking place, and the indications were that the aggressor was in continued pursuit, so it wasn't over. And then, of course, when he saw that the Colorado had a gun in his hand, that became an imminent threat. He didn't have to wait to get shot, although he did get shot. So I don't know the timing of the shots, but the moment you see that already demonstrated aggressor is escalating things, has escalated to a gun, you don't have to wait for him to shoot you. Imminence is satisfied. Proportionality, when he used deadly force, firing shots, it was in response to a deadly force threat. He drew his pistol earlier, but I would suggest to you that a defensive display of a pistol as a response to an unprovoked pepper spray attack is perfectly reasonable. I could make a good argument that had he been pepper sprayed in this manner and simply pulled his pistol and shot Colorado immediately, he might well have been justified, because this kind of offensive use of pepper spray is not the same as a defensive use of pepper spray. So that's the element of proportionality. The element of avoidance, well, under Virginia law, if you did not contribute to the affray, you don't have a legal duty to retreat. And I just don't see anything here that would be Ben contributing to the affray, not in his testimony, and nothing that contradicts that on the video. Now, is it possible he said provocative things on the video that he would not recount in jail? I guess so, but we don't have any evidence of that. So I don't think Ben would have had any legal duty to retreat. By the way, when he's pepper sprayed, what does he do? He creates distance, right? So I would argue he is retreating. Once he knows a fight's going on, he's retreating. But in any case, I don't think he'd be required to under Virginia law. And then, of course, we have reasonableness. Was Ben's perceptions, decisions, actions subjectively reasonable and objectively reasonable? Well, he's saying the right words, right? He was, at least when it came to deadly force, which is how he defended himself, he was in fear for his life. That's evidence of subjective reasonableness in the need to use deadly force in self-defense. Was that belief objectively reasonable? Would a hypothetical, reasonable and prudent person in the same circumstances have shared the belief that he needed to use deadly force to defend himself? I think so. I mean, you've just been aggressively pepper sprayed because of no conduct that's your own fault. You're just the victim of this pepper spray attack. And you didn't immediately shoot the person. You prepared to defend yourself. You tried to create distance from the person. You believe you're being pursued by the other person, that it's an ongoing attack. It's not over. You create some distance. You turn a corner to try to see where the attacker is at. And then you see that same attacker who's been shouting at you, "I've got more for you," with a gun in his hand. Well, I think a reasonable person would be inclined to use deadly force under that set of circumstances, which satisfies both subjective and objective reasonableness. So to me, this looks like an extremely robust claim of self-defense.